folks. Where we at? Where we at? All right, we on Route 49. We at the Dauphin Loop. 33rd and Dauphin. Taking to South Philly. What's the last stop? 29th and Snyder. Okay, at the end of Great Ferry. Now, I've been on this route before, so I'm familiar with it. It's not going to be like a straight and narrow path. You're going to be taking a lot of back blocks, I believe. Now, I've already been down here at the Dauphin Loop several times in my recent trips. The 39, we started here at Route 39. I believe we passed by this area on Route 32. So this is, it goes to Route 54. Which I might end up doing. Or I might not. I don't know which one I'm going to do next, but it looks like we are going eastbound on Dauphin. So we in the Strawberry Mansion here, 32nd and Dauphin. I'm sure we're going to make a right and go southbound in a few blocks. I know usually I'm going from south to north, but in this case we're going north to south. I think we're going to pass by University City, Drexel, downtown briefly before we hit South Philly. So this could be a pretty long route, not as long as Route 2. I'm about to hit 29th. That's about a couple of dangerous back blocks in Strawberry Mansion, like Myrtle Wood. Alright, now we're going southbound on 29th. Turning off Dauphin. Now, just like the last route I did, 47, which you saw 5th Street is the main avenue. Well, so is 29th Street. This is also a main avenue. We go Route 48. Just passed by us, which I've done before. I just didn't narrate it. That's in Susquehanna. All right, we keep going southbound on 29th. but a lot of these streets cut off, so we're going to kind of be swerving and taking back blocks more than likely. I don't know. I haven't taken this route that often, so I don't know exactly how this is going to go. What is this? We just saw Sedgley. I know this is either Sedgley or Glenwood coming out. It's Sedgley. So this part of Strawberry Mansion has been getting gentrified a little bit, like the south part of it. At least that's what I hear. I mean, to some degree. I'm not sure how much of that I agree with. Like 29th, he's past Montgomery. You say the south and west parts of Strawberry Mansion is getting gentrified, but like I said, I don't know if I agree with that. 29th and Cecil B. Morgan definitely still be dangerous. So there was quite a few bad incidents that happened just up 29th and Cecil B. alone. So anyhow, we're going to continue going southbound. That's an oxygen. But the thing about this city is, you keep to yourself and mind your own business, you should be alright, for the most part. Let's see. Let's keep going southbound, so I'm going to pass Gerard in a second. Thompson, 29th and Thompson. So now we're going into the Brewery Town neighborhood, which also has a rough reputation. While being somewhat good, because this is like by the zoo area. Brewery Town is like an upcoming neighborhood that I guess is becoming slowly nice and less hood. All right, this is Gerard, 29th and Gerard. This is where we might start making turns, because 29th Street might cut off here. There's the art museum between Fairmount and Spring Garden might cut off the streets. The art museum does take up a lot of space. Just past Poplar. So basically, once you get down to like Brewery Town, or just Cecil B, Gerard in general. You're kind of leaving Northfield, you're getting closer downtown. Okay, yeah, I figured it would be a dead end down here. So this is similar to the Route 32 tour that I did. So we're on Pennsylvania Avenue, because we're pretty much next to the Art Museum. I think the bus is going to take some little blocks up, back up, and keep going southbound. And 27, so we're going eastbound for a little bit. There's some nice high-rise apartments. So yeah, like with Route 32, I got the Art Museum on the other side of me. What is this? Now we're making a left. We're turning off of Pennsylvania Ave. Alright, Fairmount Avenue. Alright, so we're at 25th and Fairmount. Okay. Let's get a look at this. So being by the Art Museum, this is a very nice part of the city. Now this is like the only good side of Fairmount Avenue, I believe. Alright, so we're going eastbound on Fairmount briefly. That's the 24th. Philly Art Center. Let's see, nice stuff here. Now I've taken this little trail down on Fairmount Avenue before, so I'm familiar with this area. I passed by the old prison, the historical prison and everything on 18th and Fairmount. That's 23rd. Well, actually, it's coming up right here. I'm guessing. I thought it was on 18th and Fairmount, but I guess not. So I think this is the old prison center, or is this just a wall or something? Yeah, this is the prison, I believe. Yeah, this is it. Alright. Now we're going southbound on 21st. And if you catch this video and you happen to be from Philly and you're watching this, you already know that we're going to stay on the west side of Broad Street. So, yeah. So this past Wallace. So I know we're going to pass Spring Garden again. What am I talking about? We're going to pass Spring Garden. That's Union Street. Right. Yeah, actually the back blocks over here. Nice. First in Spring, continuing going southbound. Now we are making our way downtown.
Please be advised that the World Wrestling Street prosecution of anyone who commits any act of violence towards the operators.
And I'm looking at the beautiful skyline, which we are very close to at this point. What street is this? That's a juvenile center. Passing Pennsylvania Ave again. Looks like this. Okay, so anyhow, okay, so yeah, I know we're gonna hit Market Street shortly. You probably saw the City Hall building from a distance. 21st of rates. So of course we got the art museum. That's a tourist spot. City Hall, downtown in general is tourist heavy. I know those two are two main spots where tourists visit. City Hall and the art museum. There could be more spots, but I'm just probably just not familiar with them. I'm not sure if tourists go this far west of Market. You know, this is not that far west from Broad Street. I'm sure there are tourists that probably visit Pennis Landing as well. Pennis Landing has a nice view. So at 21st of Market, very busy down here. So y'all notice every time I pass downtown, especially since I'm making these videos on the daytime. Every time I pass downtown, you know it's gonna be crowded, it's gonna be slow. Alright, so now we're turning on Market, going westbound on Market. Probably only for maybe a couple blocks. Second. It's 1 to 3rd.
Hello?
About to hit 30th of Market in a second. Alright, so check out this view. Alright, here we are. 30th of Market. So now we know the Drexel State. I mean, the Drexel University City. Right, that's JFK Boulevard. Funny how the government would kill you for not doing things their way, and then name a street after you, or a boulevard after you, to honor your name. Interesting. So anyhow, westbound on Market. Continue going westbound on Market. 33rd and Market. This is all university stuff here. This is all Drexel.
All the old ones, good ones, all of these. Yeah, she got me back in product. I want this one. Okay. Anytime. Okay, I got you.
Alright, I'm turning on 34th and Market. We look to be going southbound on 34th. about to go into South Philly. Yep, about to hit South Philly. Making our way to Grace Ferry. There's Chestnut. Now this is still downtown, so this is going to still look beautiful like this until we go into the Grace Ferry neighborhood. Yeah, so until we go into the Grace Ferry neighborhood, which is not that far from here, it's going to look nice because this is still downtown. Downtown, the early parts of South Philly going to look pretty decent, and then, bam, Grace Ferry. Which has nice looking PHA housing down there, I will give it that. But that doesn't necessarily make the area good. Like it's not gonna look like this. Like either. Because you gotta be freaking rich to live downtown. So, yeah. Alright, passing Walnut. So it looks like we're about to pass a very large Penn Medical Center in a second. We're at 34th and Spruce. So yeah, we're about to head into South Philly in a second. So I think we are going into the Devil's Pocket neighborhood, a small neighborhood just north of Grace Ferry. Okay, I learned this from Tune 215. Okay, and I watched that video he did several times of that neighborhood at night. So that's how I know about the Devil's Pocket neighborhood. If you're from Philly, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Neither do I. So, yeah. Like some names in these neighborhoods we just don't use. Like if you're in Kensington and Tioga, like you're not going to call that Harrogate, even though that is the Harrogate neighborhood. Because to us, it's just Kensington, you know. Like nobody from Philly says Harrogate, calls a name, you know. So we got Penn Medicine Centers down here. We got a Penn Medicine Center, which is actually several buildings. Let's see, we're still on 34th. All right. Okay, I guess this is Rural Civic Center Boulevard. Some of these streets turn into other streets. Yeah, Civic Center Boulevard. So I guess we're on South Meadow Civic Center. And we're going to take this down to Griggs Ferry, I believe. We pass by some medical centers. Wow, Civic Center, Health Science Drive. Now, being on this route before, I have passed by all this stuff, so I'm actually familiar with this. I'm just acting clueless for the sake of this upload. Don't know what you would call this area though. I don't know. All right, University Ave. So this is kind of like around a little bit west of the Devil's Pocket, around the Forgotten Bottom neighborhoods, I'm guessing. Next to Griggs Ferry. Alright, back on 34th. Alright, yeah, so returning off University, hitting 34th Street again. And I'm sure we're going to pass by Grays Ferry Avenue shortly. And we'll be in the Forgotten Bottom. The Forgotten Bottom is basically like on Grays Ferry Avenue, but kind of leaving Grays Ferry as Grays Ferry Avenue works its way to King Sesame in Southwest Philly. You get the I-76 off-ramp. Okay, so as you can see, some parts of South Philly is very much underdeveloped. Mainly like Grays Ferry, the outskirts of Grays Ferry. Got some traffic. It looks like this part of 34th Street is, I guess, some kind of highway. Or not, maybe not a highway, but a little bit of a bridge or a passway. So I know we're going to Grays Ferry at this point. Let's see, what is this street? Yeah, this is Grays Ferry Avenue. So this is what you would call the Forgotten Bottom. Because you can use Grays Ferry Avenue to transfer from South Philly to Southwest. Okay, so now we are going eastbound on Grace Ferry. So now we're gonna enter the Grace Ferry neighborhood, which is where we're gonna end off anyway. Once we hit 29th and Snyder. Alright, we got the Grace Ferry Shopping Center. You're going to also see the skyline in the distance. Since I got the phone facing northbound, we got our McDonald's down here. McDonald's, which I eat too much of. Alright, now we're going southbound on 29th. So you can guess we're going to stay on 29th until we make it to Snyder. So this is, which we're not too far from Snyder. Alright. Let's check out Grace Ferry. That's a Ward 2, 29th of Wharton. Alright, so let's talk about Grace Ferry while I'm at it, right? Now, Grace Ferry, I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. It still can be crime heavy. Like, it's usually more quiet and peaceful nowadays, but when shit pops off, shit pops off. Okay? Massive shootouts have happened down here. And that goes for Point Breeze as well, which is just a few blocks east of this, of here where we are now. And passing Dickinson.
49 passengers over 49 left. Stop requested.
So we're at 29th and Tasker. You see Route 29, which we've done before. This looks brutal. So in a couple of blocks, we'll be at the last stop. It's 777 store we got in front of us. I've seen two pass by this, so I know what this. I'm very familiar with this. Doesn't look too nice. strange looking houses.
Take it off.
Here's the hood. Right past some more.
That's not a stop. Stop. All right.
Alright. Yeah, we're at 29th and Mifflin. So I know for the next block or two, Snyder is coming up. Then I'm going to briefly check out the outside. See what it's looking like. Alright, 29th and Snyder. Check it out. Now up here we got the Schuylkill Expressway. Let's see. Yeah, ain't much to see other than the expressway, but you know. All right, y'all. Route 49, folks. Peace.